Sensor from the Sony A7R5 and the A7C-R. And like the R5, the RX1R Mark III has the same dedicated AI processor for faster and more accurate.
All right, like a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of creators like initial takes on the RX1R3, and instead of going over like a spec sheet, because I was genuinely curious about this camera. I'm familiar with the former RX1R series of cameras. I was waiting for something to come out that was more of like an update, which this is. I mean, it's basically like an A7CR with a 35mm lens fixed. It's a smaller body, which is probably why it has that FW50 battery, which I was disappointed in this camera for a couple reasons. In that it doesn't have a fully articulating screen. And I know this is for like people who are like Leica shooters or Fuji shooters that want to add another expensive camera to their collection. And they tend to like flip up screens or fixed LCD screens. But for me, I like a fully articulating screen because I've always been looking for like the perfect full frame camera that can do video, can do vlogging, can do photo. This is not it for sure. And what I would suggest, like if you're genuinely interested in a camera like this, even if you're okay with the price of $5,000, there are other options that I think are better choices. One I already mentioned, which is the A7C-R. You could buy a Zeiss 35mm lens or any third-party 35mm compact lens from like Samyang, or does Sony have a 35mm? I think it's just the Zeiss 35mm that they have. But yeah, you could put a 35mm, or for me, like I like a 24mm, and you could use like the APS-C crop mode to have a 24mm and a 35mm. So that was what I would do. So yeah, you could do the A7C II with the 24mm, or you could do the A7C-R with a 24mm. Like the A7C II plus a 24mm would still be under $3,000. And that's kind of the way I would go. If you're wanting that balance of photo and video. If you're more toward the video side, like I am, I would probably stick with the ZV-E one and the 24mm. Granted, the megapixels are a lot fewer, but it still takes really good photos because technically it's not a 12 megapixel sensor in the ZV-E one like it's advertised. It's actually a 48 quad bare sensor. So it takes 48 megapixels and then groups them into bunches so that you end up with 12 big pixels. But anyway, that's my initial thoughts on the RX1R3. You can go to the website and look at all the specs, but for me, not for $5,000. No way.